Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll show you how you can easily repair a bumper. Stick around. Okay guys, so repair method is gonna depend on what type of damage you have. If you have this kind of damage where paint is not damaged but the bumper is pushed in, all you have to do is get a heat gun, and trust me, it's worth it. It costs only $10 from Harbor Freight or Amazon. You can use boiled water or hair dryer, but those methods are not going to be effective. It's going to take you forever to hit the area where the damage is. Get a heat gun, trust me, it's worth it. So hit the area right where the damage is. That way you will make plastic more flexible. Especially on the corner, the plastic is going to be really rigid if you don't heat it up properly. And do it from the inside. If it's possible, remove that side of the bumper and do heating from the inside. That way you will have less chance damaging the paint. And basically all you have to do is heat it up and shape it, push it out and let it cool. Okay, if you have this kind of damage where you have scratches going through the paint or damage going through the paint, you basically have to do the same thing. You have to shape the bumper with the heat gun and then do a paint repair. And I'll show you paint repair in the next step. Now, if you have more severe damage like this, where bumper cracked, there are a couple of methods to repair a crack like that, and let me show you how. Okay guys, in my opinion, the two most effective ways to repair cracked or ripped bumper is either epoxy or welding. I personally prefer welding. I believe it's a stronger bond, stronger repair. But if you choose to do either one of these, I'm pretty sure in the lifetime of your car or your bumper, you won't have a problem with either one of these two methods. Make sure you guys stay till the very end of this video. We're gonna test both of those methods and see which one is stronger. So we're gonna epoxy one and we're gonna weld another one. So let's do epoxy first. What you have to do, you have to get some kind of grinder, or you can use a sandpaper and do it by hand, but I'll use a grinder. Now, if you use a grinder, I recommend to take a coarse 36 or 40 grit sandpaper and sand it after the grinding, because sometimes grinder will melt the surface, and we're looking for some deep scratches. So this 36 grit paper or 40 grit paper will ensure that we have a good deep scratches on the surface. Okay, so now that our surface is sanded, take a drill and drill holes. We will have to use an equal amount of both hardener and epoxy. Just like that. Okay, now I have a piece that is ripped and we're gonna do a welding method. So this kit is about $17 from Harbor Freight. These are let's see what they're called. They're called repair sticks. I could have guessed it. Okay, we're gonna take this wire mesh and we're gonna cut a strip about that big. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is the rib, and we're gonna weld this stainless steel mesh into the rib. Okay guys, so now that welder is preheated, first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tack this front portion so it will stay aligned while I'm doing welding. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put a little tack right here. Now let's put our mesh right here like so, and we're gonna try to submerge this mesh into bumper. Like so. Now we're going to reinforce this with provided strips, and I'm going to do a little section at a time. I'm going to melt the bottom part and then flip it over and kind of spread it around like that, like so. Now we're gonna go over on this side and weld it just along this crack, just along this cut. So you can either hose it off, you can either stick it in a bucket of cold water, or you can just use compressed air to cool it off. The next step is to sand it down and fill the low spot with the body filler. Okay guys, right here I have a bumper for a 2018 Tesla Model 3 that I'm in the process of rebuilding right now. If you haven't seen my previous videos where I pull frame and assemble the car, please check those out. And right here I have two good examples. One is the high spot and the other one is a low spot. Okay, so you need a sanding block like this, which you can buy at any automotive store or online. And what I have is 80 grit sandpaper on it. Low spot will not have scratches on it. You can see a low spot right here, right there, right here. Okay, something like this. I'm gonna use a glaze. It's basically similar to a body filler, but it's much finer, and this is for the final stage, I guess, of the body filler. for that amount, you just make a line with the hardener, just like that. One line across the whole bottle. Okay, we're gonna let it dry for about 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna use a 180 grit sandpaper to sand this putty. Okay, it is very smooth to the touch. Okay guys, so I sprayed the primer, and while it's still wet, while it's still shiny, I wanted you to see the results of this repair. Okay guys, it's been more than 24 hours, so the epoxy is ready to be tested. We're gonna test both pieces, welded and epoxied. We'll see which one will break easily. I'm pretty sure both of them are gonna break, but I'm wondering which one is gonna break easier. Safety first. I'm using my welding gloves. These are specifically designed for this kind of test. All right, I won't be able to break it with my hands, that's for sure. Well, I was wrong. It broke easily with my hands. There goes fiberglass repair. I mean epoxy repair. So that was really easy. That was unexpected. I didn't expect epoxy to break that easily. All right. Let's see how the weld is gonna perform. This top portion was not welded, so it easily cracked right there. Oh wow, there's no way. The cracking is the putty is making this cracking sounds, but the weld is not giving up. Okay, we're still gonna break it. Oh wow, it's still holding. Oh wow, this is very... I started stretching mesh, pulled the mesh out, but it's still not giving up. Well, after a couple of attempts, the mesh finally gave up, and it pulled right out of the plastic. Well guys, there you have it. As you've seen, welding is going to be a much better option, much stronger repair versus anything else. You can also do an epoxy repair. Epoxy repair, if I didn't have to put my hands on it, this would be a good repair that would last you a long time. But I prefer welding methods. With this method, I can start working on the bumper right away. As soon as I'm done with welding, I can put my body filler on it and even paint it. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that subscribe button right now and you won't miss any future videos. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one.